everybody, welcome to my second channel, Tenza Builds. If you're curious to see my main channel, the link is in the description below. Oftentimes I will post videos on this channel that didn't really make the cut on my main channel or duplicate items, which is something we're going to be doing today. Now, I did a really quick video on my main channel. I'll have the link to that in the description below and probably a card up here, where we did a heater core bypass, and I had a lot of questions about it because we didn't really show it very well, and we did it really fast because it was kind of a throwaway video. And now that I'm doing a second video on the same car, I'm going to be having it here on my second channel. So we're going to explain real quick how to bypass your heater core, and you're going to want to see this video here and the one on my main channel. So most heater cores are really easy to bypass. You basically have a hose going into your heater core and a hose coming back out of it. And all you have to do is disconnect them and then loop them together. Sometimes you can get lucky and just get a 90-degree hose connector where you can actually just get your hoses to come together. Oftentimes you can actually get your hoses to come together with a straight connector. Sometimes you do have to buy a hose if you're gonna pinch them. Like, you don't wanna pinch these hoses at all because you're looping, and you don't want your coolant hoses pinched at all, no matter what, because that can greatly damage. You'll overheat your engine, all sorts of nasty stuff. Let's just avoid that altogether. So with the case of the 36 and some of these other cars, I'm sure that this isn't the only car in the entire world that's like this. You actually have a regulator where one hose goes into it and two come out. Now this makes it complicated because now you've got these two hoses going into the heater core. So instead of just having this one hose go in and one hose come out, you've got one going into two. Those two hoses go into the heater core, and in this case, they're smaller hoses, and they're kind of shaped like an L. They're about this long. You got two of them coming off of this going into the heater core. So now you've got three going into the heater core. These two, and then one coming out. So the best way to do this is to disconnect this bottom hose here, and then take one of these smaller hoses. We'll get rid of this completely. And then obviously you'll be removing your heater core, which has three nipples coming off of it. So the two that are coming in are the two that we just got rid of, and the one that's coming out is the one we're going to be looping to. So what we did was we reused one of the smaller hoses. We went over to O'Reilly and bought two straight hose connectors, and then we were actually able to loop the one that came off the bottom of this to the one on the left-hand side of the heater core connectors. That's pretty easy to tell which one it is because one hose comes out and then goes back to the engine block, and then one of them goes to this bottom one here, and then obviously again the two small ones are removed. So if this sounds a little bit repetitive in this video, it's because I really want to drive the point of how we do this, because I was just getting so many questions on that last video. So now we are going to go into the car and I'm going to show you exactly what we did. And then once we're done with this video, whether you watch the other video first or watch this video first, you definitely want to make sure that you watch both videos before you go and do your E36 or any vehicle that uses three hoses for your heater core, whether it's two in and one out or one in and two out. So here's the regulator that we removed, and that used to sit just down in here. And this came off of that regulator and went like this into the heater core. Okay. So this is one of the ones that I didn't use because this actually has a bigger side and a smaller side, and I didn't want to get two different sizes of hose connectors like we did on the other 36. If you use the other hose, they're both the same size and you can just get straight pieces. So now we're going to go deeper into the car. So you can see here that this hose is that small one that we reused. This one used to come out of the heater core, and it used to be on the left-hand side. That hose down there, the one that's kind of hard to get at, that one you can see down there used to go into the bottom of the regulator. The other thing you can see here is we reused the BMW hose clamps that came on the car. So all you're having to buy is these hose connectors here. I can't remember what size these are, but if you just take this small hose over to O'Reilly, Napa, any place like that, they'll be able to get these connectors for you. So this heater core bypass only cost me $10. You got $5 for each connector, and then we just reused a bunch of parts. Obviously, you'll want to check to make sure that these are strong and that they're not leaking, because if they're leaking at this point, it'd be best for you to just replace them instead of fighting that problem in the future. So hopefully that cleared up everybody's questions. If you do have any more questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I do my best to reply to questions, and oftentimes if the question is large enough or complicated enough, I can actually make another video. That's no problem for me. So if you're curious to know what's actually going on with this vehicle here, we are making a death cart out of it. If you want to watch that build process, subscribe to my main channel. The link will be in the description below for my main channel, and that's where I will be posting the majority of this car build. Thanks again everybody for watching. If this helped you out, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate those of you who have decided to join my Patreon. That's been helping me out a lot. The link to that will be in the description below. And until next time, we will see everybody in the next video.